Hey, all you great Dream Theater fans out there, it's Mike Portnoy here, and I hope you enjoy Systematic Chaos. It'll be out in June, and we'll be out in June on the road. See you guys on tour. Summertime outdoor festival shows, and then we'll be back in the fall with our good friend Symphony X supporting us and one other band, and we're looking forward to seeing you on that headlining tour as well. So, see ya. I can't think of the last time we took 5 months off, and we took the whole summer off, and it was our first summer off in 10 years. We always have either been in the studio or on the road in the summertime. So after the Radio City show, we just went our separate ways and had 5 months off. So actually it was a nice, much needed break. We reconvened in September of 2006, and we were in the studio all winter long, and we delivered the album in February 2007, so I guess that was maybe 5 months or so. We finished the record, what are we in April now? I mean, it's been many months since we finished it, and it's still another month before the fans will get to hear it. So it's frustrating for us because we're dying for the fans to hear it, and but this is the way a record company is supposed to set up a record, so that's fine. You know, the last couple records with our previous record company, they just never put the time or effort into promoting our records right. So, you know, it's absolutely fine to take the time to do a press tour and have all the promotional tools in place to properly promote a record. That's the way it should be done. So it's okay for it to be this few months before it comes out. But before the album comes out, you know, you want to come out with something that sounds a little more like Dream Theater in terms of being progressive and heavy. And Constant Motion, I think, had those elements. It was heavy, and it's got a lot of riffs and a lot of notes and parts and stuff. So it seemed like a better way to set up the album. And then once the album is out, I think Forsaken will be an obvious. The label chose Constant Motion. I think Forsaken is the obvious single,
right, yeah.
And that will be probably the second single once the album comes out. And nobody knows it yet. We're just going to, April 30th, it's going to be available for download, as well as an electronic press kit, which shows us in the studio. It has, so, yeah, it's been 10 years since we shot a video. Actually, the time is right, and for many years, I didn't want to do Hollow Years. I didn't want to do a video for that album, and for many years after that, I didn't want us to do a video. It didn't make sense for us for many, many years, but I think the time is right again. Even the last couple albums, I actually wanted to do a video. Like, I wanted to do one for As I Am for Trinator, and one for I Walk Beside You for Octodarium, and the label just didn't get behind it, and, you know, never did it. So I think the time is right. There's especially now with the internet, videos could be utilized in so many ways. It's not like you have to rely on MTV.
Yeah, right.
You know, with the internet, you can post a video or have it on YouTube or MySpace, and it's a great promotional tool, again, for a band. So I think it's right. Well, it was written as one song. It was the first song we wrote when we started the album.
Okay. And
it was a 25-minute epic. There's 3 reasons that it was broken up. The first thing that I was like struggling with, you know, because as I always write the song sequence of the album, and I spend a lot of time struggling over what's the best opener, the closer, and Enemies was a great way to open the album, you know, with this instrumental overture and everything, and it was also a great way to close the album as well because it's such a big finale, kind of similar to Octavarium or 6 Degrees, those songs, title tracks. So it was a big struggle. Can we open the album with it or close the album with it? So in thinking of opening the album with it, I thought it would be too big of a hump to get over. 25 minutes would have been just too much, I think, for people to climb over to get to the rest of the album. And I didn't want to close the album with it because we had just done that with Octavarium. So the natural choice was just break it up and have the best of both worlds. I would like to play the whole thing as one live. Okay. I mean, that's the way it was written and recorded. So I sent out an email to a whole bunch of friends and other fellow musicians and artists, and wanted them to just basically express their own sorrows and regrets, and talk about whatever they wanted, whether it could be something that happened in their life or somebody they wanted to make amends to, and left the floor open to them to say and do whatever they wanted. And then once I got all the contributions, I put it together and made a bit of an audio collage out of it. We could deliver, it doesn't matter, we could deliver the second coming of Christ on a CD, and it won't matter. People will still be disappointed. It doesn't matter what we do, what we write, what the album sounds like. Short songs, long songs, heavy songs, proggy songs. We can't please everybody. I mean, Train of Thought was too heavy, and then Octavarium was not heavy enough. And how do we live with that? We do what we do, and I do spend a lot of time wanting to please the fans and reading what they have to say, but at the end of the day, we have to do what we do, and hopefully people will like it.
Right.
The new DVD was a labor of love. I mean, it was a big, long process. I mean, it's a 7-hour DVD, so for me to sit down and watch every cut every time took 7 hours out of my life.
Yeah.
Just to walk through it and make notes, and I had to do that many, many times. And that's just the post-production process,
Right.
the whole shooting and the preparation and me gathering stuff from the archives. It was a very long, tedious process, and I was making it throughout the making of Systematic Chaos, so I had my hands full. But it was a labor of love. I hadn't done a new proper instructional DVD in like 7 years, so there was a lot of catching up to do with what I had been doing over the last 7 years, which is, as you can see in the DVD, a lot of different things. So I'm proud of it, though. I think it's something that even if you're not a drummer, you can sit down and enjoy it, because there's enough content in there to entertain anybody. Yeah, I was actually hoping to have that out before Systematic Chaos, but it's impossible. The latest thing that I've been working on is the DVD that comes out with the special edition of Systematic Chaos, and that ended up taking me at least a month or so to direct and edit. So that was a big process. But in answer to your question, that because I was so wrapped up with the special edition DVD, I didn't get to do the It's a Jam stuff like I had hoped. So that'll have to come out later in the year. I would expect that he would say anything's possible.
Okay.
That's my. I think he's surely open to it if God tells him to do it. That Neil lives day by day by God's word. That's the way he lives, and I think he's surely open to it if that's what he thinks is what he's supposed to do. Great, thank you. It looks good. What the hell is that? I'm confused. Is that's not me, right? He looks exactly like me without a beard. Wait a second. Is that John? You gotta be shitting me. That is Jordan, right?
That is Jordan, right.
That is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I can't believe that that's not John. That's fucking unbelievable.
Tough. Yeah.
That's too funny, man. These guys should just get into a band together.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we chose Glass Prison, Octavarium, and then had them each do a medley. God, that's bizarre. That's me, right?